This is Pure Thinking with Officer Survey with OPP. We're going to have 8 questions this semester. The first question is, what is the OPP?
So OPP actually stands for the Ontario Provincial Police. And the OPP is one of the North America's largest police services. And we have more than 5,800 uniform officers, 2,400 civilian people, and I think about 800 auxiliary officers too. Nice. We started in 1909, and what we do is we ensure the safety and security of all the people in Ontario.
Nice. Okay, why did you want to become an OPP officer?
I think the biggest reason I wanted to be an OPP officer is to actually help people. Oh. And of course, there was also because there's a lot of really fun things to do and cool things to do, and you can always challenge yourself more. So I like that. You could be a road officer, or you could become a crime investigator, or like a canine officer. You can be a marine operator. You can do undercover stuff. You can do snow machine, ATV. There's all kinds of stuff. You can even be a scuba diver if you want. So there's all these things, and you can also, if you want, you can get promoted, right? You can maybe one day even become the commissioner. So lots of options, and it's pretty cool that way.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Do you have to wear a uniform?
Okay, so all the recruits do. All the recruits start wearing uniforms. So when you start off, yep, you're going to have at least a year, 2 or 3 that you're in uniform. And then depending what you choose to do, your uniform can maybe change, or sometimes you don't wear one anymore. So you can go undercover, you're just wearing plain clothes, or you can do other duties that you don't need one anymore. But most the officers, they wear one. Yeah.
Oh, nice. What is a typical day for an OPP officer?
So what's really kind of cool is that there's no day that's the same. A lot of it depends on the kind of calls you get. So you might get somebody that calls you because they need help because they're lost, and then the next day you get a call because they want you to help an animal, or somebody was in a car accident or something, so you get to go and help them with that. So it really depends on the kind of calls that we get, and every day is different. So that's kind of neat.
Oh, nice. Do you have a dog? Do you have a dog that works for like the canine? Do you have a canine dog?
I don't have a canine dog, but I do have 2 dogs, and one of the dogs I actually got when I was working as an OPP officer. I was up in a northern community called Pekanjikum, and I found this little wee puppy that had no home, nobody was taking care of it, and it had 2 broken paws. So I couldn't leave it there, and I took him home to take care of him. So now he's my dog.
Wow.
So he's kind of a police pup, yeah.
If I wanted to become an OPP officer, what qualities would I need?
So the recruiters are really big on education. So they want somebody that's went to school, that's tried really hard in school. They're looking for people that have life experience too. So work experience or volunteer. And they're looking for somebody that's tries to do well in everything they do. So, out in the community, at school, in sports, in whatever they do, they do well. And they look for somebody that's caring and that's going to be respectful of other people. So that's the main qualities.
Nice. I hear you won ultramarathon. How do you get to that winning point?
So for me, I always like sports, and I always like running. And to be an officer, you also need to be physically fit. So to stay fit, what I started doing was like to sign up for races. And then I got into triathlons with swimming and biking and running. And I started with the shorter distance, and then it grew into like longer and longer. I got to the Ironman distance, and then I was like, oh man, I'm spending so much time training. I think maybe I'll just cut it down to one discipline. I'll just run. So then what happened was I started running, say, half marathons, then I went to a full marathon, then I got to ultras, and I was like, gee, I wonder if I could run, for several days. So that's how I got into it. It just got more and more challenging.
This is the last question. What is the best part of your job?
I think the best part of the job is to be able to make a difference. And when you actually get to help someone, that's really, really rewarding.
This is Pierce Sankey with Officer Survey with the OPP. Thank you for letting me interview you.
You're welcome.